Hello, hello. Happy Friday, y'all. I hope you're doing well. I'm really excited. I'm ready for this weekend. Are you? Getting excited. I'm going to do a relaxing, rejuvenating weekend at home with my love and my pup. I'm really excited. We were going to go visit family, but it's looking like it's not really a good thing for us to be leaving our home. So we're gonna do what we can to just like keep it lively, keep it fun here. And welcome to my kitchen. My name is Chef D. Malfi, Chef Daniela Malfitano, and I'm doing live cooking lessons every weekday for you. We've been doing these for the last 4 weeks, and it's been super duper fun. What I do during these live streams is I interact with people. We actually are multicasting here on Facebook at Chef Daniela Malfitano and on YouTube on our new YouTube page, Plant Based Made Easy. And it's really super been fun. It's really super been fun. That's how fun it's been. I've really been enjoying it because our engagement's been great. And you guys, I love interacting with you. So if you have questions and comments, or if you want to chat about the ways in which I'm doing, I'm using my technique and my culinary skills, and you have questions about it, write it in the comment box, because I can see that I can see everyone here. Hello, everyone that's here. And I can see the comments as they come through. And this is a live conversation. So join it, get in, dive in, and anything that I can help you with as it relates to cooking and making yourself feel more confident and competent in the kitchen. That's where I can help and support you. So I'm very excited because today I switched the menu on you. I said that we were going to make Swiss chard patties. I know Auntie Ree, you might be watching and you might be thinking, darn it, I really want to know that recipe. Don't worry, I'm going to make that recipe sometime in the future. But I decided to switch gears because it's 4th of July this weekend after all, and we can't end on Swiss chard patties. We need to do something sweet and something definitely celebratory. So today I'm going to do just that. We are going to make a strawberry and blueberry custard summer tart. This is perfect for Independence Day, 4th of July. Of course, this is all vegan. It's plant-based. It's totally dairy-free. It's totally sugar-free. It's totally oil-free, which I'm really happy about. It's definitely a healthier version of a dessert that's seasonal and delicious and perfect for this holiday weekend. So join with me. If you have questions, like I said, don't hesitate. I'm going to jump right in, you guys. All right, so the first thing I need to prepare is our custard. Now, dairy custard or dairy-free custard is very different than dairy-rich custard. Dairy-rich custard usually takes a little bit longer. It can actually burn, whereas vegan or plant-based custards are easier to make, and they require a whole lot less ingredients. So let's get started with that. And as we go along, I'm actually going to be jumping between screens. Let's do a split screen here. And I have my pan right next to me, and I'm going to get this on like a medium. And I'm going to use induction. So this is going to happen very quickly. If you use gas at home, then know that you want to get this to like a low medium flame. And the first thing that you want for this dairy-free custard or plant-based custard is nut milk or plant-based milk. You can use seed milk as well. And I love making fresh milks at home. You guys, I make them every single week. This year, I'm going to use oat milk because I really love oat milk. I've done a lot of different combinations like oat and almond, cashew and coconut, and like pistachio milk. But also, I've been experimenting more with the seed milk. So like hemp seed, flax seed, chia seed, poppy seed. You can make milks out of those as well. And they're all different flavors and colors. They're great. I want you guys to get like a thick, rich milk for this. Definitely a plant milk. You can go ahead and skip all those dairy versions. Get yourself a plant-based milk that's thick. Now, if you don't make yours at home, that's okay. If you do, though, and you're wondering like what the best one to make thick would be macadamia nut milk is really thick, and cashew milk. These are all really thick. And I'll do a whole lesson on making milk in the weeks to come. I'm gonna do multiple different recipes with my milk machine because I love it. And I'll show you the way to do it by hand as well. But this is pre-made. I made it a few days ago. This is oat milk. I'm gonna use about a cup of this. And I'm going to put everything in my pan all at once. So my oat milk goes in. Let me show you really quickly before it goes in. I gave it a shake. I'm going to do it one more time, though, just to make sure it's really well shaken. Now, I'm doing this because all the sediment of the oat pulp that's kind of remaining is going to sit on the base. And I really want this oat pulp and the sort of the liquid to be all blended together really, really nicely. And that there's not going to be this like, sandy or oat kind of layer of pulp at the bottom of the mason jar when I pour it in that doesn't actually get into the pan. I need all that thick creaminess. So that can go right into the pan. And then to this, I'm going to go ahead and add a 1/4 cup of maple syrup, which is wonderful. I love maple because it's a natural sweetener. You can also use agave syrup. That would work fine. So a quarter cup of this, I'll just do just under a quarter cup. And you can leave the sweetener out, but know that it's going to need some sort of an additional flavor agent. So agave syrup is great because it doesn't change the glucose level of our blood, which is great. It's diabetic friendly or pre-diabetic friendly if you have pre-diabetes. But you can also use flavor agents like cinnamon and cardamom and vanilla powder. If you wanted to skip the sugar altogether and just kind of flavor it with spices, you could certainly do that. I'm also going to add a little bit of almond extract. I really love almond extract. This is kind of accentuate the flavor a bit. I'm just going to add about a drop. It's very potent, so just a drop. And then I also want this bad boy, arrowroot powder. Now, we talked a little bit about this in our previous recipes. This is wonderful. I really, really love arrowroot powder, you guys, because it's jam-packed with potassium. It's packed with iron and B vitamins. And so usually in the United States here, it usually comes in the powdered form, and it's a wonderful thickener, kind of like cornstarch, but it's less processed and it's grain-free. So if you can't have corn or other grain thickeners, arrowroot's going to be your best bet. Plus, it has some of the more of the nutrients that are devoid in cornstarch and corn flour. So we love that potassium and iron and the B vitamins. We're going to use 2 tablespoons of this, and I'm going to shake this in. I'm going to start with a tablespoon, and then I'll add another one as needed. All right, so I'm just going to go to this camera. Danny, will you just get us to this custard cam here? I'm calling it the custard cam right now, right? All right, and I'm just going to like mix this together. It's going to come to a boil, and then it's going to come to a simmer. After it comes to the boil, I'll decrease the heat here, and I'll just let it kind of cook down for about 5 minutes. And this is looking really, really, really great. I don't mind that there's some bits of this arrowroot. It's going to actually melt away and cook down quite nicely. If you wanted to avoid all of those chunks, you could very easily. I brought this in to show you. You would take a mason jar and you would fill it with a little water and then fill it with the arrowroot and give it a shake. And that's what's called making a slurry. And the slurry is really going to be helpful in making a custard kind of very smooth and delicious. Yeah, I like this. This is looking good. It's thickening up really quickly. And I want to really tighten it or thicken it as far as I possibly can. You can see that the color is changing too. So this is the white of the red, white, and blue of my tart here. The red is obviously strawberries. The blue is going to be blueberries today. And then the white's going to be this custard. But it's more like dark brown, and that's okay. We need more brown representation in the US, right? Hey, I said it. Yes, I did. I hope you guys are doing well. But, you know, even despite this civil unrest, I hope that you're finding your voice in this. I hope that you're learning to have the hard conversations with people. I hope that you are taking a stand for what's right. All right, this looks fantastic. You know what? At this point, I'm just looking at it. I don't even need that last bit of arrowroot because I think that it's thick enough. Maybe I'll do like a half bit of arrowroot. And I'll make a little slurry here just to show you. So I'm going to do half a tablespoon, place it right into this cup from my tablespoon. This mason jar has a lid, so I'm just going to give it a shake. Ooh, got some dribble all over the computer. That's all right, right? And then what we end up having is this just like white slurry. This is perfect. Look, no chunks, nothing. I'm going to throw this in. It's going to brighten it up. I'm just going to put this aside. This looks great. This looks really great. Yummy. All right. Perfect. I'm going to turn this off and just let that hang out. Pretty simple, right? Now to this, I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla powder. Take a look at this. This is vanilla powder, which I really love. And it's the vanilla bean pod, the seeds inside that have been dried. Take some of this out with a spoon. You want to use a clean, dry spoon, and then just place like, it's usually like a quarter or an eighth of a teaspoon or so. And I'll show you the lid too. I got this from the Slow Food Group. Check them out. This is Madagascar vanilla powder. It's really great. It's a half an ounce. It's going to last you a really long time, though. This is an Amazon product. You can get it directly from them, from Slow Food on Amazon. And this is just going to add another layer of delicious flavor. This is great. All right, cool. So let's see if this puff pastry is ready. I've been thawing my puff pastry. I use Aussie Bakery puff pastry. It's 100% vegan. I'll show you here. And you can get this at Mother's Market. You can get this at Sprouts, at Whole Foods, on Amazon. It's fantastic. It's zero trans fat. It's 100% vegan, like I said, so you don't have to worry about there being any butter or any animal products in it. And you want to take it out. It comes with 2 convenient 9x9 pre-rolled sheets. So they come in like a letter rolled sheet. And it's really, really wonderful, very versatile to use. You can make Napoleons with this, which is what's kind of like featured on the front of the box. You can make anything, tarts, pastries. You can make pizza roll-ups. You can make like scramble souffles, like tofu scramble, like little like cups. You can make like truly anything that you want, like a crust. You can make apple turnovers, hand pies, faux meat pies, any of those things. I love this product. So you want to thaw it for about 35 minutes. It comes with 2 of these rolls. I'm just going to use one of them right now. Actually, I'll leave it on the plate. And this has been thawing for about 35 minutes. Don't try to rush this bit. Danny, can I get the overhead cam just on the pastry? You guys, I'm asking my love Danny to do it because when my hands are dirty, I don't like to touch my computer. All right, it's not very sanitary, right? I got to keep it clean like I do as a chef. Look, it has 3 sections here. I'm going to go ahead and put it now on my cutting board and slice it down. So I think I'll just take these sections. I'm going to use, actually, why don't I go ahead and just make, I love to just kind of make these little kind of rectangles. Now, I'm going to place it down on my sheet pan, and I'm going to use, again, a non-stick, BPA-free, FDA-approved and BPA-free silk pad. This is sustainable and reusable. You can cut your own size, which I really like. I've given you a link to this in my recipes previous this week, so you can actually look through any of the replays from this week, and you'll see the link here if you want to purchase it. I'll go ahead and put it on the today's recipe under the comments at the end of the show as well. And you don't need to spray this at all. This is totally non-stick as it is. So I'm going to just place this down. I'm going to do, let's see if I can try to fit 3. Yeah, I can fit 3. I can't fit more than that because remember, I'm gonna make these in my toaster oven, so it's a little different for you. You'll probably make them on a larger sheet tray or baking sheet, standard size, and this looks great. Now the arrowroot powder, the arrowroot has really thickened up here within this custard. I'm now going to just take it and I'm gonna like spoon it onto the base of these puff pastries. And it's going to look a little bit kind of goopy. I need another second spoon here. Kind of gummy, but it's great. It's going to cook really well. It's going to be like a thick kind of like custardy base, kind of the glue for the berries that are going to go on next. Place it down. Now, you can do this with any base as well. You don't need to make this custard, although I recommended it because it's so good and it's so easy. But if you didn't want to make the custard, here's an option for you. This is organic superfruit like spread. It's not even called jam or jelly because it doesn't have added sugar. It's made with the juice of morello cherries, red grapes, and blueberries. So it's super high in antioxidants. This would be a wonderful base if you didn't want to make your custard. So I'm just offering that to you. There you go. Yum. I think I made a lot of custard here. So I might actually, after the show, finish with the other roll, the 9x9 roll, and just make a bunch of these tarts. Hey, I can probably give these to my neighbors. I know my neighbor Dave would love it. Our neighbors know that we do this in our garage, and there's always smells coming out of our garage, like, what's she cooking today? It's kind of fun. All right. Now I'm just going to spread this around. Remember, I've talked to you about this before. We want to go coast to coast. If you're new here, I always say go coast to coast or wall to wall. That's a chefy term for don't skimp. Don't skimp. Get the stuff, the schmear, the spread, the sauce, whatever you're using, all the way to the edges. Just do it. It'll make for every bite. It'll make a better bite in every bite. It's a weird way to say it. It'll make for a better bite of every bite of your delicious dessert. You don't want like a skimped corner of this pastry. You want to have a little bit of berry, a little bit of custard, a little bit of puff pastry. Love it. Of course, you can make your own puff pastry. I'm going to grab a little bit more from the pan. You can make your own, but it's certainly a lot of work. I don't have time oftentimes to make laminated dough, and that's what this is. It's called a laminated dough. That's the class or the category, meaning it has usually fat that's been layered within each layer. You like take, usually it's traditionally it's a big brick of butter, and you like layer it down. All right, so we've got that down. Now I want to talk about my fruit. I'm going to use some blueberries as well as beautiful organic strawberries. Now these are fantastic right now. These are even better, I think, than the blueberries right now. The blueberries had their beautiful peak produce window like a couple weeks ago. They're still good, but the strawberries, one of my favorite fruits. Honestly, has been my favorite fruit since I was little. You definitely want to get organic for this. And for this pastry, you can actually leave the little green top on. Sometimes that's really beautiful. Yes, you can eat them. Just make sure that the green top has been washed. But I'm gonna take the green top off for mine, and I'm just gonna slice these in little thin slices. And you want to make them thin, right? Because you don't want these to actually, you don't want them to be too thick, because then what happens if they're too thick, you end up getting kind of like a waterlogged berry. The water from the berry might kind of release onto the pan and into the puff pastry. You don't really want that. That's no bueno. All right. I got to taste one of these strawberries just as is, right? I already tasted a few beforehand, but irresistible. Super, super duper sweet. Tart. Yummy. Really good. Oh, we have a question. Hi, Auntie Ree. That's my aunt, Marie Montoya. Good to see you. Miss you. Yes. Good question. Can you use phyllo dough or phyllo dough for this? You absolutely can. I wish that I had my phyllo dough out, because I would show you that there's a plant-based one, a plant-based vegan version as well. But I'll show you guys sometime in the future. Yes, you can. Know that with the phyllo dough, it's going to be it's not going to puff up. It's going to be like crispy, very thin, delicious nonetheless. So you can use it. What I recommend if you use phyllo dough is to take a sheet and then to actually make like a little maple syrup with vanilla powder. If you have that, like warm it up in a little pot, and then have a little bowl with a pastry brush of that warmed maple syrup with like vanilla or any other spices that you want in it. And then use that maple syrup to kind of like brush onto each sheet of the phyllo dough, and then layer like 4 pieces of the phyllo dough. And then what you'll end up having is something that kind of mimics puff pastry. But nonetheless, you definitely want the phyllo dough to be a few sheets, tall, like stacked with a few sheets. I would say 4 at the minimum, because other than that, if you only have 1 or 2, it's too thin. It's not going to hold the custard. It's certainly not going to hold the berries. And remember, I just described that waterlogging happening. You certainly don't want that happening. So at least 4 sheets, I think. And then if you can layer it with a little that like warm maple syrup mixture between, the sheets will stick together. So that will be your glue. Good question. All right. So I'm also going to add these beautiful, gorgeous, and very big blueberries. These are California blueberries, which I love. I'm biased. I know. You guys know that I love California blueberries. I happen to be on the California Blueberry Commission here on the board. So it's really wonderful to kind of like learn about the blueberry industry all over the state of California and all over the nation here in the United States, but all over the world. Like, who are the blueberry producers over the world? And what are they doing? And how are they doing how are they growing? What are their farm practices? It's very interesting to me. I'm such a nerd for like farming and agriculture and nutrition science. You can ask my husband. It's like, that's all I ever want to talk about. Can you tell? And cooking. Hello. Duh. Cooking comes first. Cooking always comes first. I didn't and animals. Hello. Okay. There's a couple things. I didn't even do a little proper introduction. If you're new here, welcome. I am a chef of 15 years and an integrative nutrition health coach, which means that I help guide people to using their own bodily intuition to thrive in life. and I help people to understand the power of our plate is remarkable, that what we put at the end of our fork is more powerful than anything else we can do, period. And so I help people to get that. And I love the work that I do. You guys, I want to just tell you right now, there's an opportunity. I'm launching my July online cooking club. We're relaunching it. We did it in April. We did it in May. It was fantastic. We had a lot of people come through that, like, by the end of it, were floating out saying, I would never eat meat. I will never use animal products again. My life has been totally transformed. I want you to be a part of this. I really, really do. We are opening it up. It starts on Monday, and every single Monday we meet at 5 p.m. on Zoom, and we talk about plant-based education, nutrition, and then we cook together. Obviously, that's my specialty, what I've done for the longest period of time in my career, but I guide people and help coach people in the kitchen, and this is a really fun, informative, really great resource for you. It's called the Online Cooking Club here within Plant-Based Made Easy. I really want you to join. The commitment is $99. It gets you a whole month of recipes. It gets you weekly grocery lists, and it gets you an amazing opportunity to come together in community. And like I said, meet on Zoom every Monday evening, where we're going to actually set you up for success and get you, like, really feeling like you have all the recipes ready to go. You have all the ingredients in your home, and you are about to cook as much plant-based food as your heart can has ever dreamt about, and really making it easy and fun for you. I know that if you guys want to join, I've made it really easy. Last couple of months, it wasn't as simple to sign up. So now it is. I've created a pay site. It's a website where you can actually learn about all the offerings, learn about my practice, learn about my background. You go to bit.ly/plant-based made easy. Head over there right now. As you're watching this, you can kind of just see what poke around, see what, if you see anything that you like, if you learn a little bit about my bio and something intrigues you, join the Plant-Based Made Easy online cooking club. Like I said, you're getting a lot for this. You're getting daily recipes. You're getting weekly grocery lists. You're getting this personalized instruction, this nutrition information, plant-based education. There's so much. There's a couple people here on the line with us that actually were a part of it over the last few months. And I don't know if anyone wants to say anything about it, but it was really, really remarkable to see kind of the effects and the transformations that occurred with the participants. And I want that for you guys. And just a quick note, I mean, you're going to be making things like this. How delicious and easy, right? But also, like, simply gourmet. It's like, this seems like it took a long time to make, but it didn't. I'm going to pop these into the oven. If you have any questions, I'll be right back. All right, 350 degrees. It's going to take anywhere between 10 and 12 minutes. Now, you can actually cook this on 400 degrees as well. I recommend somewhere between 350 and 400, depending on your oven. I'm doing mine in a toaster oven. Here, I'll show you. If you've never seen my set before, you can see kind of the whole the whole landscape. You can see I'm using a small toaster oven, so the heat source is very close to the contents that I just added into the oven. So I want to bring down the heat for this in particular. This is going to puff up, and we'll see if it's done in about 8 to 10 minutes or so. For you, anywhere between 300 and 400 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes, that should be perfect. And you can probably bake all 6 of your little rectangles that we made all at once, and you can make them any shape as well. So you can use a cookie cutter to cut them out, which would be really, really great. I'm going to poke around to see if what comments we're using. You're welcome, Auntie Ree. I'm glad that was helpful. All right. What comments we have, not we're using. Hello. Cool. I don't see any more. All right. I want to show you this fun. Infographic like I have been doing all week. This is all about strawberries, the mighty strawberry. So I already mentioned it. As I'm getting this up, I'm just going to kind of talk about the amazing effects of strawberries. One thing that we need to remember about strawberries is that we actually really do want to purchase organic strawberries here in the United States. It's really important that we kind of like use the resources that the USDA is putting forth every single year. They create a Dirty Dozen grocery guide list where it actually tells you the produce that has the most pesticides sprayed onto it. And that is also herbicides. herbicides and other chemicals that are used in farming. And so they put out this list, and it's usually 12 top produce items that really are sprayed a lot with pesticides. Strawberries is usually #1 on the list every single year, year after year. So make sure that you get organic strawberries. Do not buy conventional strawberries. And unfortunately, I will say that even organic strawberries can sometimes have chemicals and pesticides and herbicides on them, but not as much. And they're certainly not going to be genetically modified organisms. There's not going to be any GMOs in your strawberries if you're buying organic. But if you are buying conventional, you're taking a risk, especially knowing that it's the #1 most highly sprayed crop in the United States from year after year. So consider that. And we want to celebrate strawberries for all that they are. That's what this infographic is all about. I just wanted to share with you, if you've never seen a strawberry field, look how many can grow at a time. I wanted to share some historical facts too. In ancient times, pregnant women believed that if they ate strawberries, their children would be born with strawberry birthmarks. Now, I wanted to share this one because I actually have a strawberry patch right in the back of my neck here that I was born with, maybe because my mom ate a lot of strawberries. I don't know. Mom, can you tell us? Auntie Ree, can you get the information from my mom? All right. The other thing that I wanted to mention is strawberries are kind of amazing because they contain seeds on the outside, and there's over 200 seeds on the outside of a strawberry. These are really jam-packed with micronutrients. All right. So these are the things that are making some of the things that are making these strawberries so healthy. It's kind of cool to know that there's about 200 seeds on the outside. It might not look like it, but there are. And then I wanted to also mention that strawberries, where is it? Aha, the acids in strawberries remove stains and keep your smile white. I actually love this one a lot. I've known about this for a long time because of the vitamin C in strawberries. That is the thing in the juice that's creating the whiteness effect on the teeth. So if you do eat a lot of strawberries, you will notice a whitening effect. Kind of cool, right? All right, and then the last one, #10. The Romans once ate strawberries to cure melancholy. Now, I love this because when I look at a strawberry, I think pure joy. And if I'm feeling anything but pure joy, if I eat a strawberry, all of a sudden, I will feel free. I will feel more joyful, and I will feel more elevated and have this state of just gratitude for my food. So I love this. I think the Romans had it right there. That was just a cool little infographic. Let's see. Can I bump over to this one? Aha, you can. All right. So here, I wanted to show this as well. I'm just going to tell you really quickly. Nope, you can't. I'm going to do it one more time. There's one other thing I want to show you. Let's see if it pops up. Boom, boom. Can you see it? Sorry, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, hey. Here we go. Yeah. All right. 5 super cool reasons to eat strawberries. It can boost brain function. Let me make this bigger. Yeah. Super cool reasons. It can boost your brain function. It can bolster immunity. It can control your blood pressure. It creates healthy skin. It can totally guard against and prevent cancer. And one of the fun facts that's not on here, but that I love, is that it can actually increase the good cholesterol in the body. This is amazing. Strawberries are considered a superfood. It really does have a lot of functionality in the body. It is one of these foods that is used in many different ways for many of the different systems in the body, and your body will thank you. During the summer months, I recommend buy yourself that big 5-pound box of strawberries and eat them. Eat a cup a day if you can. Very, very high in micro and macronutrients, but specifically the vitamin C, really, really, really good for you. And then also loaded with potassium. There's so many other micronutrients that I'm not mentioning as well, but really, really good for you. Very good for your skin. Very good for immunity, for your brain, your blood pressure, for any impending cancer that you might have. Get into it, right? The strawberry, the mighty strawberry. All right. All right. Well, I hope that was helpful. I'm going to check my pastry. I'm going to give it a little flip. All right, I had to flip mine. I'm also gonna, I flipped mine. I'm also just gonna check for anything that needs to kind of be pushed back onto the pastry. Sometimes the blueberries will kind of roll off. If they do, that's okay. Totally, totally okay. All right, well, here's my opportunity, right, to like talk about some of the things that I'm thinking about beyond the online cooking club starting in July, starting on Monday, this Monday, right after 4th of July. I'll mention it again at the end, but right now I want to talk about why I've come to create the Plant-Based Made Easy brand for Chef Daniela Malpitano and why the online cooking club. It's really simple, and I'm going to be really vulnerable with you because it's Friday after all. So we can take this and we can digest it. We can go into the weekend and we can come back on Monday, like with all of your questions that you might have. And so I hope that you do. Yeah, here's my personal story. I was plant-based curious for many years. I decided to really jump into whole food plant-based diet fully and commit to it fully the first day of sheltering in place. And the reason being is because I really, really got very quickly and very like in a very big way that this global pandemic is directly related to the ways in which we treat animals, the ways in which we treat negatively and impact our planet Earth, Mother Nature, and the ways in which we impact and negatively, impact our body, our health. We are in this global pandemic because of the way that we eat, simply said. Now, I know that seems like a simple kind of like idea that maybe is too simple for some, but the truth is it has been studied by infectious disease doctors, by epidemiologists, by people that study soil, by physicians all over the United States and all over the world. And one thing that we can all agree upon is that the ways in which we are factory farming animals is having a huge negative impact on not just ourselves and our bodies, but animals themselves and also nature. And one of the ways that we can get ourselves out of this moment is actually to adopt a plant-based diet. So for you out there, if I'm looking at you and I'm talking to you right now and you're watching this, consider going plant-based just for a few of your meals per week. Now, I know this might seem intimidating, but what might be more intimidating for folks is to go fully plant-based. And while I encourage you, consider to go fully plant-based, there might be a stepping stone for you. There might be a way in which you can think about this and not feel so intimidated by it. Plant-based cooking and eating and living is so simple. It's affordable, it's approachable, it's good for anybody at any stage of life, at age, quite literally. And when I say any stage of life, I mean from infancy all the way to an elderly age. A plant-based diet that is really predominantly whole plant foods and an abundance of the whole plant food kingdom. Those people tend to be a lot healthier. They have more mental clarity, more energy, their bodies perform better, and they live longer. Now, not to mention that most people who adopt a whole food plant-based diet will actually be able to reverse or arrest and completely reverse all chronic illnesses. Now, the reason this is so big is because it's recently been written about by Dr. Michael Greger. And I wanted to mention his book, How Not to Die. I've been reading it currently. It's about 500 pages, so it's taking a long time. But Dr. Michael Greger wrote this book a couple of years ago, and it's been on the New York Times bestseller for a long time. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because sometimes when someone tells you information that seems too good to be true, most of us will like close our ears to it. We'll think, oh, that can't be true. It seems too good to be true. Well, the truth is there are some things that we really want to honor. And one of them is science, scientifically proven facts about nutrition studies and nutrition science, quite frankly. So Dr. Michael Greger and his team, they actually look at every peer-reviewed medical research paper ever been done on any food and any dietary theory. And they review these every single day. And then after a year, they write about them. And so Michael Greger has written a bunch of books. His first book was actually How to Avoid a Global Pandemic. His second book was How Not to Die. And his third book is How Not to Diet. All of these are related to whole food plant-based diet, and they are really, 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 really phenomenal. It's really interesting to read his research because you can't refute after looking at the work that he's doing and studying the work that he's actually already studied. What he's proving is true, and there's no debate about it. It's just truth. There's just no debate about it. It's just truth that a whole food plant-based diet can reverse all chronic illness. The body really wants to heal itself. It is a mechanism in and of itself that is much smarter than any of the systems that we have in place and any of the institutions that we have in place, quite frankly. So allow the body to heal itself, and the way to do that is through whole plant foods. Now, one of the reasons that I'm bringing this up is because there was a question this week about the difference between a whole food plant-based diet, or simply said, a plant-based diet, and a vegan diet. the big difference, you guys, is that a vegan diet is really around the ethics and the morality of eating. Now, that's not to say that vegan people don't also think about the health benefits of eating, but their main primary focus is around the ethics and the morality of eating. Plant-based people also have that point of view, but they start from the health perspective. They start from the research, the scientifically proven research that whole plant foods are the best. Now, whole plant foods are very different than other foods that can be found on the vegan diet. The vegan diet does not only include whole plant foods, it includes anything, and that's the oils, the sugars, the salt. So that's why you can actually still be quite unhealthy on a vegan diet if you're not careful about balancing your plate. You don't want to sit there and eat like vegan nachos and pizza and burgers and fake meat all day long every single day, because that's not really that health conscious. What you want to try to do is start to incorporate whole plant foods. And you can approach this from a vegan perspective or from a plant-based perspective. They're all going to meet at the same place. A whole plant food diet consists of fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, beans, and legumes. There's 6 categories. It's that simple. Now, the cool thing about it is because it's that simple, it's really that easy to kind of incorporate new recipes, new ideas, new flavors, new cooking techniques into your daily cooking repertoire, because you don't have that much to choose from, and all the good stuff you have to choose from, you can eat in abundance, meaning you don't have to restrict. The scientific research shows and is proven that you can actually enjoy whole plant foods ad libitum, which means without restriction whatsoever. The only foods that we ever actually want to restrict or to use in moderation are the SOSs, the salt, oils, and the sugars. Those are the ones that we want to enjoy in moderation. So if this interests you, if you're interested in this conversation, and if you too are kind of curious about this connection between the global pandemic that we're in and the next one that may come and the next one that may come after that and the ways in which we eat, there is an amazing line that you can draw between these things. And it's a really important thing to look at and to actually say, yeah, these things are connected. I don't need to think of this as a conspiracy theory, because it's not. It's just scientifically proven fact. And so I want you guys to feel kind of hopeful in that people are actually learning about this, studying about this, and have been for many years before this point that we're here at now. And there are solutions. And the solution is right at the end of your fork. It's the power of your plate. It's how to incorporate whole plant foods into your diet. So that's why I'm encouraging you to join the Plant-Based Made Easy online cooking club. That's why I created it, because I realized that people heal in community. They don't heal alone fully, they heal in community. They heal much easier, effectively, and efficiently when they're with a group of people that is also curious and health conscious in the same way, that are willing to actually ask the hard questions and learn about the nutrition science and get in and dig into the facts. Nutrition doesn't lie. Food doesn't lie. It is really, really true that your body will know immediately if the food that you're putting in your body is hindering your health or if it's helping your health. And we want to really make sure that with every food choice you're making, you're helping your body. You're not hindering your health. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that that's cool to hear my story and to hear how I drew this connection and how I've now created the Plant-Based Made Easy brand and the online cooking club. Please join me. I really want to see you there. Like I said, it's $99 for the whole month. That's less than $3.50 per day. What you're going to get is such a great value. You're going to get daily recipes. These recipes include breakfasts, lunches, dinners, sweets, snacks. And this month I've created a whole new staple in another category, which is plant-based staples like yogurt, milk, cheese, bread. I'm going to show you how to make those from scratch in less than 15 minutes. All of these recipes can be made and enjoyed. Your whole family can actually enjoy this experience with the online cooking club together. If you want to join us, all you have to do is sign up. You can visit bit.ly/plant-based made easy. You can sign up. Each household is $99. The whole household can jump on Zoom together and use the recipes together and enjoy this experience as one. I want this to be something that is fun. I want you guys to feel transformed, supported in your health and your wellness goals. I really do. All right, so I'm going to check on my pastries. They're not quite there. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, this one's looking great. Oh, yeah. 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 I'm excited for this. I know, Danny, you are excited for this. All right. Danny loves these tarts. Okay, I'm going to grab, look at how beautiful, right? Let's see the overhead cam here. Okay, look at, right? We've got that custard. We've got the blueberries, the strawberries. That red, white, and blue tart is now looking like a purpley, unified, one big melting pot, Independence Day here in the United States on a tart, right? Yeah. All right, I'm going to take this off. I think I need a, yes. What is this called? I even forgot. One of these things. It usually use a knife. Ooh, will you look at this? Come on. How in the world could that be bad? This looks so darn delicious. Take a quick look. Look at this luscious little tart here. This is phenomenal. This custard looks really great. I'm going to have myself a little bite. I think it's a knife and fork situation because it's just a little too hot to grab. Okay. Yum. A little strawberry, a little custard, a little blueberry. Oh my God. Excuse me. Okay, so good. The best part about this is that it's so good because of the juiciness of these berries. Yum, yum, yum. I can eat the entire tart and probably both of those, and I don't need to worry about it too much because it's a holiday. And this is healthier and delicious. I absolutely love it. You guys try this at home. Will you make it your own too? You can add anything you want. Let's say you didn't want to make the custard. You can use any jam. You could just throw on the fruit if you wanted and then make some plant-based whipped cream on the side, and you can do like a cold whipped cream on top. Whatever you want, just make it your own. Have fun with it. And if you have questions along the way at any point, about these live streams, about my health coaching, about the work that I do as a chef and an activist, about the work that I do in Plant-Based Made Easy in the online cooking club, get in touch with me, right? Just please reach out. I'm a human being and you are too, and let's connect. I want to give you the resources that I have as a chef of 15 years, you guys, and as someone has recently committed to plant-based, my whole entire world has opened up in ways that I truly never thought possible. And so I'm very excited and passionate to share that with you. I hope that this was fun. I hope that you have a wonderful holiday weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Sign up for the cooking club, and you can always sign up right before we begin, which is Monday evening at 5 p.m. is our first session. So we'll go ahead and hope to see you there. Have a magical rest of your day. Bye, guys. Peace out.